Talk about getting hyped. This SU men's soccer team is playing awfully well of late. 3 wins over ranked opponents this last month. They now find themselves in the ACC Tournament semifinals, taking on SMU tomorrow night down in Cary, North Carolina. We're so pleased to be joined by Tomas Hut, the starting goalie for the SU men's soccer team. Tomas, congratulations on this run that you guys are on. Thanks so much for joining us. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. We're actually about to head out to Cary soon for match day -1, so pretty excited for it. But thank you guys for having me.
All right, well, thank you for coming on and finding time for us in your busy schedule. I know you guys are preparing to play, so we won't keep you too long here, but let's go back to Sunday night. And you guys all knew the deal, right? That if you win that match, most likely you're in the NCAA tournament, but it wasn't going to be easy. That team is as good as they come, that NC State squad. You guys got outshot by 8, yet you win the game 3-0. Was that one of the more, I guess, one of the crazier games you've ever been a part of?
For me, definitely. It was definitely a crazy game for me. I had my career high, which I'm thankful to have, and kept a clean sheet. But no, I mean, we knew what they were going to bring. We played them 2 weeks ago. So it was the same exact thing other than a couple of their guys coming back. Made it a little bit tougher, but at the end of the day, we knew we had to get it done in order to get to the semis, in order to get that at-large bid. And the group's really been just blending super well this past few months. So we're super excited for it, and we think it's a good matchup for us tomorrow.
We hear all the time talk about, athletes in a zone, whether it's, a basketball player who can't miss or a quarterback who is just on the money, that particular night. For you, can a goalie be in the zone? Because you seemed like you were in a zone on Sunday night.
Yeah, for sure. For me, first 20 minutes, I was definitely nervous, definitely anxious. I honestly rather make the first save super early out, and then I kind of find like my little flow state. But I think in the first half, 25 minutes in, I made my first save, and after that, it just kind of flips on. And for me, once I find that flow state, in the back of my mind, I'm like, nothing's going in. But thankfully, I have the boys in front of me. They helped me out on a few of them. Some goal line clearances as well, so it was nice to have that. But clean sheet at the end of the day, and it's all that matters.
I feel like, if you get that first goal, it probably relaxes you as a goalie or relaxes the defense in front of you a little bit. But there was no relaxing against NC State. They kept coming at you, and were really peppering down the stretch of that game. I guess, can you speak to just how intense the last, 20 minutes of that contest were on Sunday night?
Yeah, definitely stressful. In soccer, they always say a 2-0 lead is the worst lead. I mean, if they scored 1 with 25 minutes left, they have all the momentum, and we're already on our heels, kind of trying to sit in the low block. But it was definitely stressful, but we've done it before. We've done it all season. We did it against UNC a couple weeks ago when we were man down after a red card, and then we still pulled out the 1-0 win. So we've been in that position before. We've been in a lot of different positions this year. We've gone through a lot of adversity, but with 2-0, I knew we were going to get the third, and thankfully Chim put it away, and it kind of sealed the deal. And it was really nice kind of watching all their fans clear out the stadium after that third goal.
That 2-0 goal, that was some goal. It was Carlos Zambrano, the perfect corner kick, bends it around and in. Second time he's done that this year. For those of us who don't play soccer, how hard is that to do, to execute a perfect corner kick like that?
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of precision. I know the ref gave Carlos a little bit of a hassle on where the ball was placed. He was saying that it wasn't on the line, like it's already in play. So we're kind of making jokes about it, that the ref gave Carlos the assist by making him move the ball. But no, it's very difficult. It's very hard to get your hips around the ball in order to put it back to basically where you're standing, but just 30 yards in front of you. And thankfully, their goalie kind of just didn't do what he was supposed to, and it hit the post and went in for number 2.
Let's talk, I guess, big picture here, Tomas. And you look at this last month. They mentioned 3 wins over ranked opponents, plus a tie of NC State in that regular season finale, 1-1. What has changed for you guys? What is working now that, again, maybe some of those matches earlier in the year that went against you, the result now is falling in your favor?
Yeah, I think we're honestly just starting to just trust each other. I don't really think there's ever been a time where one guy's questioning another guy playing over him, or like there's no bad guy in the locker room. Everyone's got a good mindset, like whether they're playing or not, or whether they're just practice players and they haven't seen minutes, or if they're in the rotation. Everyone's got a great mindset. Everyone's always happy for the guy in front of them, and I can speak for it myself. I mean, I did it my first year here, and thankfully I have Kyle Jansen right behind me this year, and he's been great for the past 2 years behind me. Him and I are best friends. Like, we talk daily, even when we're not practicing together. So I think just the culture that we have right now carries a lot of weight, and it's something that other locker rooms just don't have, or it's falling apart towards the end of the season when things really start to heat up.
Let's look ahead to tomorrow's match. You've got SMU again, a team that you saw about a month ago, and you beat them. Obviously, a very good opponent who's coming off a big win themselves. What can you tell us about this particular SMU squad, and what's it going to take to come out with another win?
It's going to be a similar matchup to the one we had a few months ago. Obviously, they have some momentum. We have some momentum right now. So I think the adrenaline's definitely going to be kicking for both teams. But I think if we just stick to the game plan, to what we have to do tactically, kind of keep their wingers out of the game, not give them anything like we did last game, I think we'll be in a good spot. And hopefully, either Sakil can put one in again, or Carlos off a corner, or even Chim on an 80-yard run. I'll take any one of them. But any three of those I'll take, and with a clean sheet, and I think we'll be in a good spot for the final.
Tomas Hut joining us here on Orange Nation for another couple of minutes. Talking about you personally, take us back, if you could, to 2023, and you had a decision to make about where to go. At Army, you went from being a starter at Army to being a walk-on, here, and then not playing in your first year at Syracuse, and here you are as the star goalie on this team that's most likely, almost certainly heading to the NCAA tournament. What led to your decision to come here? Why did you want to come to Syracuse?
I mean, obviously, coming off a national championship, that helps the recruiting process. And then I actually went on a visit. Army let me sneak away for a few days, so I came on a day visit here with my dad. We drove up, and just seeing the environment, it was completely different than what I was already experiencing at Army. And it honestly just fit more of what I wanted to do soccer-wise. I've always wanted to pursue soccer, and then I obviously my academics as well. So I knew Syracuse had a good balance of both. Obviously, coming off national championship, one was a little higher than the other. And one of my friends from back home, Kurt Kaloff, who was on that national championship team and scored in the final, I talked to him a little bit about the team and whatnot. And unfortunately, he transferred out that year. He went back home to Rutgers, but I think just the coaching staff was very open and honest. They told me that Jason Smith was coming in, that he was transferring in as well with me. So I was one of 5 keepers, and it was tough. My first year was tough, but, just developing day in and day out was the most important part for me, and kind of just having that chip on my shoulder and just trying to prove myself every day.
Does it make it a little more satisfying to you to, see that your hard work paid off and you stuck it out and now you're, kind of benefiting from the fruits of your labor? I mean, do you feel like you made the right decision? I guess, maybe a strange question to ask, but it seems like you certainly did.
Yeah, definitely. I think I did make the right decision. Even in that 23 team where I didn't play, I made lifelong friends. I call them day in and day out. Even whether they're still here, 2 of them are still here with me, or they transferred out or just, finished college up. But I made lifelong friends on that team, and thankfully it paid off. And I played last year and this year. So I'm just hoping that we can get that ring on Sunday.
And I guess, last question personally before we move back to the team. Have you thought about, once you graduate, what's next for you, soccer or otherwise?
Yeah, I'm just hoping to continue the soccer career. Body feels good. Been performing pretty well, keeping us in it. So I'm just hoping I get a chance, whether it's in the MLS or overseas. I'm really hoping for an opportunity to just show what I can do and just keep developing, because goalies' primes are a little later than field players, thankfully. So I'm just hoping that that opportunity arises and I can take advantage of it.
Let's go back to the team here for a moment. It seems like with Coach McIntyre, his teams always seem to play their best soccer at the very end of the season. What is it about his message or the message from the coaches, or what has allowed you guys, from a coaching perspective, to really peak at the right time?
Yeah, Mac does a great job of honestly just firing us up towards the end of the season. I'm pretty sure it was after the Cornell game. We just lost to Pitt, just lost to Cornell. And then we had NC State coming up, and he was like, it's do or die, but we have everything we need in this group. The adversity that we've been through, from losing early on, having a 2-4-2 record at the beginning of the season, and then now to having 3 top 25 wins. This last little 10-game stretch has really been great. And just taking the momentum off of that, he kind of just reminds us that, like, within the 27 guys on the team, that's all we need. We've been through everything, so trust him and his tactics and the coaching staff and the research that they do on film, and just put it together and just work on that field, and it'll all pay off.
Last one for you, Tomas. You may or may not be aware of this, but within the last hour, you've been named to an All-ACC selection. Congratulations on that. What does that mean to you?
Thank you. It means a lot. Definitely, shows me a little bit that all my hard work paid off. But again, like I said, it doesn't mean anything without the team winning a ring on Sunday. So without that, I'm not too satisfied with it. But hopefully, in these next couple of days, we can bring that home, and then it'll all come together.
All right, next step tomorrow against SMU down in Cary, North Carolina in the ACC semifinals. Tomas, thanks so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Congratulations on a great year to this point. Continued success the rest of the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right, you as well. Tomas Hut joining us here on the show. And with that, we'll take our final time out in hour number 1. We'll check in on the market. Paulie's got a little nugget for us that he's going to pass along. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.